Hey guys, it's Ken Scott, Senior, U.S. Immigration Law Intelligence Analyst with Triple W, USEntryWaiverServices.com. All right, guys, let's get right into this topic. Today is November 24th, 2025, here at the Surrey office. Now, I don't even know where to start regarding this topic, but the topic is, I'll show you guys the story. Canadian snowbirds say U.S. politics are ruffling feathers and changing their migration patterns. Oh, I see. I just saw a shadow on the screen. Anyway, I wish, and I know it's not going to happen, but I wish the leftist mainstream media stopped pushing this narrative against Donald Trump, against the US in general. So I'm not saying that I back everything that he's doing. So I'm not saying I back it, I'm not saying I support it. I'm just saying I wish the media would stop pushing this narrative and just go to the real story. The real story for this stuff regarding the snowbirds or people not going down as much, Canadians not hitting to the US as much, boils down to this lack of this. This is the number one factor. And people know it. And I'm assuming the media knows it. But they got to push a narrative because they got to get viewers and they got subscribers and all that stuff. I get it. But you guys know that I'm the one that sticks with the facts only. And the number one fact is it's this right here. It's what's causing a lot of these people here. Oh, it matches my shirt. A lot of these people here to delay going down to USA. Lack of this. It's a fact. Sure, they can say Donald Trump. Sure, if it makes them feel good, great. But I'm looking at the facts of the entire situation. And the fact of the matter is, right now, a lot of people are struggling financially here in British Columbia, much maybe even, I guess, all of Canada, but definitely here in BC. And I'm going to say as well in the USA. So it's lack of money, whether Trump's in office or not. Now, you guys are in, I'll show you, you guys are going to be for culture shock here in a moment. I got to figure out how to do this. So give me a moment here. I think I do like this. No, I think I do this. There we go. Yeah, I think here it is. All right, guys. So this is a story about Canadian snowbirds that U.S. politics are ruffling feathers and changing migration patterns. I just told you guys that. I gotta tell you guys, just being in this business and meeting people daily and the stories I hear and things I see, there are Canadians still headed to the USA. And these Canadians that are heading down to USA are not broke. Mind you, back in the past, a lot of these people who come in here who have this money used to be ex-drug traffickers, ex-money launderers, and uh, women who are accused of massage work and more. But a lot of these people still have stacks of hundreds they carry. I know because I see them. I see it all the time when they come in. They have money. And I'm telling you, those people are still going down to like California, Vegas, uh, shopping trips, visiting friends, relatives. They are still going down. And there's no shortage of them coming here to this office. So I see these stories, like what you see on the screen here. I just laugh. It's just so stupid to me. Now, people like this bird here, she says you decided against going to Sunshine State this winter after U.S. President Donald Trump remarks about Canada becoming the 51st state. And this where's he at? These people here plan to plan to winter in Mexico this year rather than the United States, a change they attribute to escalating political climate in the U.S. And this guy, he's just a politician. He's the mayor of Hollywood, Florida. And this guy, he's a restaurant in Florida. Okay. So those two guys, I'm not even talking about because they're already in USA. And she's also in USA at a hotel. Okay. But anyway, the point is, the first two Canadians I showed you, like this couple, and her. The, her, the couple below, and people maybe in this, I guess, age group or whatever, let's just say Snowbird, who maybe less are going down. The US doesn't give a flying flamingo about that. They don't care because the fact that US government, if the US government cared, they would put policies in place that would please these the two groups of people I just showed you. But the simple matter is they're not concerned about the lack of people and the two groups I just showed you not going down. They don't care. And in a lot of the businesses, like the high end ones in Vegas, whatever, they don't give a flying flamingo. They are not losing money. And I know because of the fact that I have friends who go down there who are in those groups I just mentioned, not these groups, but the groups I mentioned, who had got in trouble in the past. They turn the cameras on WhatsApp and they show me the wild parties they're having and all the dollars and stacks and funds. And they meet women in nightclubs, whatever, who come back to that penthouse suites party with them. And they keep inviting me to come down. But I've never been to Vegas in my life, to be honest. But the point is, the higher end places like Vegas, whatever, they're not hurting for people. They're getting Canadians coming down spending money. Why does the leftist mainstream media put those stats up? Why do they push people like her and the couple below saying they're not going down? And even the people like her and a couple below, some are still going down. So don't kid yourselves, guys. If the US was really concerned about lack of Canadians coming down, you can best believe they would put policies in place that would help facilitate Canadians wanting to enter. But I give you guys a news flash. They haven't, and they likely won't because they're not concerned. They also get visitors from other parts of the world as well in USA. So you guys can believe the leftist mainstream media if you want. You can believe what they're pushing. I mean, that's great. But the fact of the matter is, US is not hurting for Canadians going down. Maybe Canadians like this, but the Canadians like this, in all honesty, come on, they're not going to spend the big dollars like the guys who I told you about who used to move the powder and and women who were accused of massage, etc. They're not going to spend nowhere near what those people are spending. Simple math, simple numbers. And guys, also don't believe in the media when they're saying, "Oh, it's so hard to go down there. You're being challenged. You'll be stopped and searched." I went down. What was Saturday's date? Today's the 24th, so I guess that's the 22nd. Yeah, Saturday, November 22nd, 2025. I went down to USA. What was that? Actually, it was Friday. No, it was the 21st. I went down that Friday, November 21st, 2025. I was not detained. I was not searched. I did not have to go inside. Now, mind you, I went down there to get some documents notarized to open up a business in the EU. And even though I wasn't detained per se in terms of going inside getting shackled, the guy in the booth, I sat there for 10 minutes and he and I were BSing about the business. Because it's like a nightclub type business where people come in, party and dance, etc. He only cared about where the parties were going to be held. He was hoping they were going to be held in Vancouver because he wanted to come up and attend them. And I said, no, bro, I mean, I'm not doing any in Canada yet. I said, these are going to be in the European Union. And that's the only reason why I sat there at the booth with him. And that was about 10 minutes. If you call it detention, sure. If it makes you feel good, sure, that's a detention. Did I go inside? No. Did I leave my car? No. He had the passport, he looked at it, and then we got to talking about that. And then he said, okay, man. He said, have a great day. Nice meeting you. Simple. But then some people are gonna say you were detained. You were detained. I could have said, "Are we done here? I need to go," but I didn't. I voluntarily, chose to stay, and I did. Same thing coming back into Canada that same day after I got all the documents notarized. I went to my Bellingham office as well, because you guys know we have 7 locations, including one in Bellingham. But I came back and went through the CBSA line. Now, when I came back, I pretty much knew I was going to go inside. Come to find out, when I got to the booth, when I got there, it's my turn. I had a little bit of a long-winded story about what I was doing in Bellingham. He didn't even want to hear it. After about, I'm going to say 8 seconds, he said, "Okay, just go, just go." Like I said, it was kind of long-winded. So my point is, oh, by the way, coming back to Canada, there was no like CBP checkpoint before you got to the border. None of that BS. Going down wasn't really that bad, and there was no shortage of people in that line going down. The for peace officer said 5 minute wait, but actually 10 minutes with him, and then 20 minutes waiting in the actual line. That was about a half hour to go down, and Canadian plated vehicles kept pulling up behind me, and all the other lanes was open. I didn't really see a shortage of vehicles, and we even went to Blaine, and even in Blaine, it was the same thing. I saw Canadian plates. Now I didn't see plates back to back, but I still saw Canadian plates. People still coming into the restaurant. So this is also why I know the leftist mainstream media is full of baloney, full of BS. Because none of that stuff happened that they say that they keep pushing. You guys can believe what you want. Canadian snowbirds are still going down. People are still going down. Have the numbers dropped a little? Yeah, yes, with the snowbirds maybe, or with the older people, or the people who don't have the money. But the people who do have the money, those numbers have not dropped. I know that for a fact because we do their U.S. entry waivers for them over here in Surrey. So I had to get that out there because I mean the media's going to do their thing. I got to remember how do I let me see this here. How do I okay, so I'll do this. There we go. The media's going to do their thing. I'm going to do my thing. So real talk, Ken Scott, senior U.S. immigration law intelligence analyst at www.usentryWaiverServices.com. And that's 888-908-3841 or 604-562-8140. But again, you guys believe what you want, but I know what's factual. And the fact of the matter is, people are still going down there. Maybe a little less, they're still going down. And the only way this would be effective regarding sending a message to the US government from Canadians is if every single Canadian in this country decided to not enter the USA. And I can tell you now, guys, that's not going to happen, especially the ones with the dollars. They are still going down there and will continue going down. So you guys that want to quote unquote make a statement, you guys can do it, stay here, but you're not hurting the people who are going down, hanging out, partying uh, with that stacks. And I'm out. Have a great day.